Why narcissistic women push you away and pull you back. Why narcissistic women push you away and then pull you back is not random, and it's not confusion. It's a psychological cycle rooted in control, validation, and emotional regulation. In the beginning, everything feels intense. She idealizes you. You feel chosen, special, almost elevated. She mirrors your dreams, your values, your desires. It feels like deep connection, but what's really happening is emotional fast-forwarding. The goal is attachment. The faster you attach, the stronger her position becomes. But once she senses that you are emotionally invested, once she feels secure in your interest, the dynamic shifts. The warmth cools, the attention decreases. She becomes distant, critical, or unavailable. This is the push, and it often leaves you confused, wondering what you did wrong. The push happens because narcissistic personalities struggle with sustained intimacy. Real closeness feels threatening. Vulnerability feels like loss of power. When things start to feel stable, predictable, or emotionally equal, she may unconsciously create distance to regain control. She might pick a fight, withdraw affection, compare you to others, or suddenly act unimpressed. It's not necessarily that she stopped liking you. It's that emotional equilibrium makes her uncomfortable. She needs to feel either superior or pursued. When you are close and connected, she risks feeling exposed. So she pushes you away to reestablish emotional dominance and to test whether you will chase. And this is where the cycle becomes addictive. When you pull back, when you get tired, when you start to detach, that's when she often returns. The pull phase begins. Suddenly she is affectionate again. She texts more, she compliments you, she reminds you of how good things used to feel. Sometimes she even apologizes, but rarely in a fully accountable way. This isn't necessarily because she had a deep realization. It's often because she sensed a loss of supply. Narcissistic personalities rely heavily on external validation. Your attention, your pursuit, your emotional energy, these are stabilizers for her self-image. When that supply feels threatened, she re-engages to secure it again. The push-pull dynamic also creates trauma bonding. The unpredictability strengthens attachment. When affection is inconsistent, your brain works harder to earn it. You start focusing on the highs instead of the pattern. You think, she can be so loving sometimes. And those moments feel powerful because they follow emotional withdrawal. The relief feels like proof of connection. But what's actually happening is intermittent reinforcement, a psychological pattern that makes people cling harder, not walk away. You begin trying to win back the version of her from the beginning, not realizing that version only appears when she needs to regain control. Another reason she pushes and pulls is fear of abandonment mixed with fear of engulfment. Narcissistic traits often hide deep insecurity. When you get too close, she fears losing independence or being exposed as imperfect. So she distances herself, but when you actually step away, that triggers abandonment anxiety. She then pulls you back to avoid feeling rejected. It's not stable attachment, it's emotional regulation through other people. You become the lever she uses to manage her internal instability. Over time, this cycle erodes your confidence. You start walking on eggshells. You overanalyze your words. You try to predict her moods. You might even believe that if you love her correctly, the pushing will stop. But the truth is, the cycle continues as long as it works. As long as she knows you will stay through the confusion, the emotional spikes, the coldness followed by warmth, there is no incentive to change the pattern. The only way to break the push-pull dynamic is consistency on your side. Emotional steadiness. Boundaries, not reacting to distance with panic. Not rewarding sudden affection with instant surrender. When you stop chasing during the push phase and stop over-celebrating during the pull phase, the cycle weakens. Narcissistic patterns depend on emotional volatility. If you remove that volatility, the dynamic loses its power. So if you've been wondering why she pushes you away only to pull you back, understand this. It's not about love growing and shrinking. It's about control expanding and contracting. It's about insecurity masked as confidence. And once you see the pattern clearly, you stop personalizing it. You stop trying to fix what was never yours to fix. And that clarity is the beginning of emotional freedom.